over here. Also, professional movie expert. Oh yeah, and I need to start my Twitch stream. Like I said, professional streamer. 3, 2, 1. It's about to blast off on Twitch. And now I have two cameras that I have to, that's great. Let me move this. Wonderful. Love it. Oh, what fun. What day is it? Thursday? Ah, yes, Thursday. The day the day of Thurs. Kind of a Thursday, the Thurs special. And yeah, it's 10 a.m. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. It was a good idea to be eating into a lav mic that's directly below your mouth. Always a good idea to get up at like 7 a.m., drink a bunch of coffee, just get wired like you're on cocaine before doing this and not eat anything and not put any food in your body. It's always great. So, I've done the VHS boy thing here and there. That was kind of my, what was that? That was keeping me satiated during the darkest depths of the pandemic, which I know we're still in. But I'm talking like April to June 2020, or basically all of summer 2020. I would just go down to my garage at my old apartment in Denver, get a little drunk, and start ranting about tapes. Now today, completely sober, apart from coffee, so be that whatever it is. But I had a lot of fun doing so, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring that back just a little bit. I'm going to talk about some films, because I do love films. I enjoy them. I don't know if you've ever seen any movies or films or watched them, but they're kind of nice to do. And everybody's like, oh yeah, I've been watching my, did you see the new Netflix one? It's like a rip-off of something that already exists. It's like Candy Bar the movie or something. It's like the exact plot of Toy Story, but it's animated candy bars or something. And it's like, a Reese piece goes to, and also it's pronounced Reese's, not Reese's, and if you say Reese's, you have the IQ, in the teens. If you say Reese's, you're one of the most uneducated people on earth. But that's okay, so am I. Yeah, the new Netflix animated kids feature. It's called Melts in Your Heart, Not in Your Van. And it's about a bunch of M&Ms and a bunch of Reese guys and a bunch of Kit Kat guys and a Snickers bar, and they have to like find their way out of a vending machine and get home so they can get eaten by a kid or something. And it's great, and it's great, and it cost $145 million, and Netflix used their slave labor employees who are trapped in California and can't leave to animate these things 70 hours a week for extremely low pay, and they like end their lives if they don't meet their deadlines. So that's kind of how Netflix operates. And they're like, COVID, we don't care. We're just going to plow forward. Is everybody safe on set? We don't care. We have trash content to create. We have WGN status movies to create. So anyway, but that's not what we're talking about here. Come on, Josh, lighten up. Lighten up. Enough on Netflix. Hey, Netflix doesn't need your criticism, man. They're hurting. That hurts their feelings, all their billions. And it's sort of a raw opinion from a Twitch guy with no influence whatsoever. That kind of hurts their feelings, okay? So go easy on Netflix next time. Thought I'd start us off nice and easy with something that everybody recognizes. And that would be, I had a beat there where I realized, never mind, doesn't matter. Everybody's always talking about Star Wars these days. Oh, the Mandalorian! I love to watch him play the mandolin. I love to watch him throw around that little chubby baby that looks like Yoda. What does that baby do? What's it? Where's it go? Who wants it? Luke has it now. Okay, Luke, like weird CGI Luke with a face that doesn't quite like fit on it. Doesn't quite look right. Kind of like a PlayStation cutscene, Luke. But everybody knows this one. You know, this was kind of back in the pure, innocent days of youth when, oh, you could just throw on a Stars War while your mom was taking a nap and have a bowl of cereal in the living room at like 1 p.m. and just, ooh, kind of ride out on the tundra with Luke with a tauntaun. You know, the kind of sound they made. And we're going out on the tundra. We're looking for a black drone thing. And, hey, is that freaking drone delivering a freaking doggone Amazon package? No. It's out here trying to shoot something or look for something. I don't know what it's doing. I guess it's looking for the rebel base, probably. Luke, you're going to have a little trouble there with freaking one of those big guys. And I used to remember the name, the Abominable Snowman guy. He's going to smack you in the face, take you back to his lair. Somehow he's going to freeze you to the ceiling. You know, he must have, I don't know what he's got in there. Like a 3D printer for ice? What is that, a freezer? What is that, like some sort of trickle-down system? How did he get the ice up in the ceiling, the feet? And Luke, you know, I hope you've got some freaking Alaska status 0 degree or less boots. Because, pal, you're going to be getting some frostbite on those puppies if you don't watch out. And then Luke sort of awakens within. He realizes that he has the farce, and he can shoot his, he can draw his laser sword to his hand. Ba-choom. He's out of there. You think ice is a problem for Luke Skywalker? You think the guy who's picking up little baby later, years later, the mandolin baby, you think he's going to have some problem with some ice? No! No! I would say ice, probably the easiest form of water for him to deal with. I mean, steam, little trouble. Regular water, we never see that in Star Wars land because they're in space. There's no water in space. Only joking. There probably is somewhere. And, yeah, I know you guys are all you're all loving baby yoga. This one has the original yoga. When he's like, you know, and what is he doing? Providing wisdom. He's like a little shaman, you know, and in hindsight, Yoda, he probably was doing yoga. Yoda, he's been meditating for 700 years. That's why he's so, you know, at peace and clever and funny and smart. Yoda, yeah, I think he's been doing some tantra magic. I think he's been doing some sort of, what's he doing? He's probably vegan, other than just the sort of little creatures he finds on whatever the hell that planet is that he's on. But anyway, Yoda's kind of, you know, he's had about 800 years to figure it out. I'd say he's got the self-care sort of dialed in, I would say, Yoda. Which is why he's a shaman, which is why he's like the little Buddha of this universe, of course. And he's like, Luke, you're young and you're firing off. You're a little spitfire. That's what he says. That's a direct quote. Luke, you're just a little spitfire. I know you want to know the Force. I know you want to, you know, be really strong and get sweaty and run around in the jungle. I know that you want to defeat Jabba the Hutt in the next one coming up. And I know you want to get the big black shiny guy and the mean old guy who does electric lasers out of his fingers. But first you're going to have to, first of all, slow down. Slow down. Learn to meditate. Hey, Luke, start with 5 minutes a day, okay? See if you can retain or maintain single-pointed focus for 5 minutes. And I'm going, yeah, Luke, I think you're going to have a little trouble with that. You're still wanting to go do bantha fodder and get some power converters for your flying around the desert and shooting off, trying to do the parsec. I don't know what the hell it is. All those things they do. When he's still complaining to his uncle, and he's just like, I want to get some engines for my Tesla or whatever it is. That's still young Luke, basically. This is what he's doing. Yeah, he blew up a Death Star, but really he's still a kid at heart. He's got a lot to learn. He's got a lot of patience to sort of undergo, to find within. And so, you know, Luke, kind of the everyman who represents us all, just the little distracted children who want to run around and play Fortnite and be distracted all day and look at our phones and Instagram. And I mean, that's pretty much Luke. That's Luke. Luke's on his phone all goddamn day. So Yoda's going, hey pal, maybe set it aside for 5 minutes. Maybe try 10. How about 10 minutes a day you put down your phone? You put down your, get out, and that's enough about that bullshit. And at the end, Luke has a robot hand, and that's sort of the consequence of his poor behavior is you get your dang hand chopped off by your dad, have to get a robot hand. And see now, probably someday, probably pretty soon here, we actually will have robot hands. Maybe we already do. Hopefully your hand didn't get chopped off by your dad. That'd be a bummer. But it'd be like, at the end in the third one, then you can kind of, let's see here. At the end in the third one, as your dad is dying, you can take off his helmet and say, like, hey, I actually did like you, and see his kind of weird little warthog toad face. So, and that's what happens in Empire Strikes Back. And also they have like a snowball fight. Now, that is a great idea, Austin. Star Wars on weed. I've never done that. Yeah, I mean, that would probably be the right... Well, okay, yes, I have. I watched Phantom Menace with my daughter while decently high. And that was good and bad. It was not bad. It's sort of just like the facade fades, though, and reality becomes a little too clear, and you realize the absurdity of these films. But also, you gotta just relax and enjoy it. Qui-Gon is still great. Jar Jar is still terrible. The little blue bat guy who flies around at the junk shop, he is what he is, What? And I don't know his name. Greedo? That's not Greedo. Wrong one. So, Turkish Star Wars. I haven't seen those, and I probably never will. But I'll take your word for it that they at least exist somewhere in the world. Okay, next up. This one is trash. Trash cinema right here. Congo. Have you seen Congo? This movie, wow. So, this was made on the heels of the success of Jurassic Park. It was also written by Michael Crichton, not the script, but the book, of course. And so basically Hollywood was like, whoa, Jurassic Park made $1 billion, which in 1994 was an incredible amount of money. And so they were like, what else has this guy done? What do we got here? Like tossing scripts and books around. They were like, Andromeda Strain? The Terminal Man? No! Airframe? Get it out of here. Congo? Ooh. Jungle? Jurassic Park is in jungle. Monkeys? Monkey, kind of like dinosaur. Let's make that! And you can also tell, I mean, it was probably in development for a little while before then. It had to have been if it came out only a year later. But you can tell that they rushed the hell through this thing. And I like bad movies, especially from the 90s and early 2000s. They're great fun. I love corny, cheesy silliness. But this one is so absurdly stupid. Just idiocy. I mean, within about 10 minutes, you know it's going to be bad. So the premise is that this gorilla has been given the ability to speak by some chip implant and like voice, I don't know. It's like a Stephen Hawking kind of thing that allows it to speak. But the voice they use is that of a little, like a 7-year-old girl for this big female gorilla. It doesn't fit at all. The voice does not fit the face. And it's a person inside this gorilla suit, which is incredibly obvious. On the Wikipedia page, it talks about how Michael Crichton wanted there to be a real gorilla that they, I don't know. They could have probably just like CGI'd the face or done I don't know what they could have done, but it would have been better than this. And the thing is like they got to return this gorilla to its homeland, where there's this race of like super gorillas that are huge and super strong, and they're killing scientists in order to protect Solomon's City of Gold. And I forget the term for that. It's got a special name. But anyway, it's like this magical city, ancient civilization, and there's tons of diamonds and money and stuff in there. And so, lo and behold, the talking gorilla, who's like an anomaly of science, this great discovery, and then they're like, well, okay, now that you can talk, we're going to send you back home. So I guess all our research and the money that we poured into this amazing gorilla, I guess we don't need it anymore, and let's just send it back home. I think they kind of hope that the gorilla can talk to the... Anyway, I'm spending too much time on the plot. Doesn't matter. But the hijinks that they go through are so stupid. They go to this foreign country. Ernie Hudson is like he's probably the best actor in the film. Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters. He's like this, I don't even know what he is. He's like kind of a crime boss or something, but he's also a guide who's the only one who knows the way through the country and has all these resources and money. And like, there's a point where he and Laura Linney are shooting at people from out of a plane as the people on the ground are shooting bazookas at their plane. And it's just idiotic. So stupid. There's all these little beats that you can tell they were just trying to knock off Steven Spielberg's aesthetic, the sort of adventure and tension and these moments, but the pacing and the cutting are so bad, so incompetent, that it truly feels like and I don't know how much this cost, but like a $80 million movie made by an amateur, just an utter amateur. The jokes fall flat, the characters are irritating as shit. And the only kind of cool part is a big battle with the strong gorillas at the end, which are also guys in suits, and they look ridiculous. And now, okay, Tim Curry is kind of this like gold hunter. He's been searching all his life for Solomon's Lost City, and so he's kind of fun in that it's just ultra character part, way over the top, tropey as can be. But goodness, I mean, I know I've already said it's bad in every possible way, but it's the kind of bad that it's just annoying. It's too long. I found myself fast forwarding parts because they were just completely uninteresting. And the parts that are supposed to be exciting, it's like you don't see anything. There's no real confrontation. There's like these hippos in the water that attack their boats, but there's no detail like would be in a Jurassic Park movie or in a Spielberg movie, where it's like the characters are in peril from these specific creatures and here's what happens, here's the altercation. It's just, there's some hippos over there. Ah! Huh? Okay, I guess we're past them now. Keep going in your boat. So anyway, 10 out of 10. Watch Congo. Just kidding, don't. Probably the best thing to do would be look up on YouTube the end battle, basically, with machine guns and giant gorillas inside of a cavern in Solomon's Mines. Kind of rad. So, Videodrome. You know what? I think you're gonna get your body taken over by a VCR in this one, pal. This is called Electronics Integrating with the Human Body over here. This is a strange, wonderful, dark, disturbing movie. I love it. I probably don't need to see it again for 10 years. It does gross me out. It is so disturbing, but really clever, really fun. Yeah, Videodrome. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna kiss my TV. Yeah, I mean, no different from what I do every day. But this guy is getting in there, man. This guy's TV is like, hey, come over here. It's not like the pay-per-view in a hotel room. This guy's TV is like, hey, I'm ready to put a ring on you, James Woods. So, he kind of has sex with his TV, and that's really neat. And this TV breathes and kind of like, kind of squishy and like smushes out. And James Woods gets a really gross gun on his hand, kind of like a half machine, half skin gun. And sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. And James Woods, he's got a freaking VCR in his stomach. Now, how convenient would that be? I mean, yeah, I can carry my phone in my pocket everywhere, but I'd like to sort of pop in a slap to my third chakra right there, just right there. Whoosh, there it is. And then I can watch, Care Bears the movie while I'm out, I don't know, social distancing at a park or something. Kind of and I could have come up with a better combination of things than that, but yes, practical effects are gnarly on this one. Rick Baker, genius makeup artist and special effects artist. He has done so many movies that we know and love. Iconic effects. When the guy on the TV show or the whatever it is, I forget what happens. It's been a while since I've watched this, but there's a part at the end where a guy starts melting and exploding and swarming around, and it's extremely gory. So cool. Yeah, wild. I mean, but the idea of this, that they want to basically create like the most uncensored, fucked up TV ever, is a strangely accurate foreshadowing to basically what the internet has become now. Just the deepest depths of fetish and curiosity and sort of the darkness of the human soul being put on display on screens. But at this time, all they had was like an obscure cable channel that James Woods was trying to start. And he was like, nothing affects me. Give me the craziest shit you ever seen, and I'll take it. Hey, not crazy enough, pal. Give me some more. And I don't know why he's from like a Dashiell Hammett novel. But anyway, Videodrome, what else happens in this? Anything else? Long live the free flesh or something. There's some statement they say a few times that I forget. But great movie. The thing is that David Cronenberg uses these avenues, at least he used to. His new movies are kind of like, I don't know what he's up to. He's getting strange in his old age. But he had a way of communicating real truths about the world through extremely aggressive and visceral metaphor. And I think the sort of general public and a lot of critics as well couldn't understand the depths of that, and they just saw it as like a trashy horror film. But over time, obviously, his reputation has shown his genius, as his movies are. Some of them are prophetic in a certain way for where society has come, and the sort of integration of human with machine, and the sort of tendency of human beings where they go when you know what I'm trying to say, like the path that we've taken societally and culturally. It's there's hints of it here and in other films. Okay. What's up next? Man, talk about the internet. You ready to log on to the internet? Johnny Mnemonic will take you there. Beep boop beep. Yeah, I've got a hard drive in my head. And no, it's not Elon Musk putting a freaking Starlink in your head or whatever that thing's called. Keanu Reeves is like, wait a second. So you want me to put 750 gigs in my head? Whoa. And I've never done a Keanu before, and I don't know if that's good or bad. But that's kind of what he says. He's like, Keanu is often surprised at the beginning of films. He's usually a regular guy presented with a new scenario that is like nothing he's ever heard before, and he often goes, I think in every Keanu movie he goes, let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight, Morgan Freeman. So you're the bad guy, and you actually set off the chain reaction. Let me get this straight. You killed my dog. Let me get this straight. You want me to realities. Anyway, okay, enough of that. But this movie is so woo. In hindsight, with where technology is now, about 30 years later, 25-ish years later, this is so adorable to watch because their representation of VR in this like Windows 95 status 3D animation, and Keanu's hands in these digital gloves like flying around the internet and like using digital 3D CGI hands to like manipulate things is, I mean, in a sense they weren't far off from what we're doing now with Oculus Rift and things like that, but it was so just like cyberpunky and like colorful and bright, and when you go to a program you like fly through a channel of wires and tubes and stuff. Yeah, thank you, Damien. This is so fun and silly, and yeah, it's like they have to upload information to his head, and he has to deliver it to someone else, and do you think they're gonna take advantage of him, or do you think these guys are trustworthy? Yeah, Keanu, you're gonna have a little trouble with these guys. Big surprise, they're not trustworthy, but don't worry. Some of the underground freaking hackers are gonna help you along your way. Some of the hackers are gonna, they're like, we know the truth. We know the truth, Johnny. Oh, a mega corporation screwed you over? Pfft, typical. Hey, what else can happen today, am I right? Freaking corporation puts 750 gigabytes in your head. And also, I don't remember what the exact amount of info is, but it's almost more than Keanu can handle. And he's like, I want to get this out of my head. And at some point, he does, but he goes on a little internet adventure. He's flying around. He's running around. It's great fun. A pulse-pounding cyber slam, Mike McKay says, of CBS in Charlotte, North Carolina. Kind of a great choice for the front cover to go on millions of copies of movies. People picking it up at Blockbuster and just going, oh, wow, Mike McKay in Charlotte, North Carolina. Wow, dang, it must be good. So, great fun. Dolph Lundgren. Robert Longo directed this. Hey, Longo, hey, Longo, we need, I don't know, there's nothing there. Hey, Longo, we need a longer cut of this. Yeah, we tried to hire Robert Shorto, but he wasn't freaking available, huh? And that's a great joke. That's cute. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Wearing my sports coat for the news broadcast, of course. Conair. Convict Air is what that stands for. Oh, man. Talk about 90s and 2000s cheese. I think this is from 2000. Doesn't matter. I don't care. 95? Wow. Same year as Congo. Hey, I'd say skip Congo, go with Conair. Okay? Skip Congo. Congo is more like con don't. And Conair is kind of like con air. I don't know. Tried to make a connection there. It doesn't matter. But they do start with con. They both start with con. I didn't even plan that. That's just a nice little synchronicity from the universe. Conair. We got a plane full of the most dangerous convicts in the world. Yeah, we gotta transfer them from one maximum security to another. And Nicolas Cage with long hair. Yeah, I think you're a policeman. I don't really remember. But Nicolas Cage, we're gonna need you to fly in this plane with these guys. With the most notorious, dangerous guy in the whole world, John Malkovich. And, yeah, nothing's gonna go wrong. This is just kind of a nice, easy Terrence Malick sort of thing, where it's just like, the convicts are real people. And, hey, their struggles, some of them are there innocently. And it's just kind of like this slow-moving, kind of like close-ups on their shoes and the chains and, their hands in those zip ties. And it's just like, man, by the end you're going, who's the real monsters here? Is it the convicts or is it the doggone police? Only joking. Shit hits the fan immediately in this film when John Malkovich is like, and I can't do a John Malkovich. What is he even doing? He's just gonna stir shit up. He's gonna make problems for everybody. You know, he's what happens when Congo is on the plane oh man, yeah. What if Congo was on this plane? Oh man, that'd probably be better than snakes on a plane, monkey on a plane, big old gorilla on a plane. I mean, it wouldn't have been so out of place for this one, really. Conair. I mean, the best part of this, well, it's just great fun. It's absurd. This was in the innocent 90s when we could still make stupid movies like this. Well, I guess we are still making stupid movies like this. The Fast and Furious franchise has basically become the modern version of this, and I'm not shitting on that. Those are great fun. But they're just, it's like the idea of what a dumb guy thinks about how international terrorism and like global security works. It's just like, you know, here's some terrorists and they're brown people. Look out for them. You know, I don't know if there's terrorists in this one. I think Malkovich does have some questionable characters. They're either Russian or they're brown people. You know, they're Middle Eastern, or that was like Hollywood's idea of a bad guy. You know, in this time, and now and the Fast and Furious movies are just it's just like, oh yeah, here's an entire airport, and thankfully all the hundreds of thousands of civilians have been moved away, and the only people in the entire building are terrorists. So that, and just conveniently, and us, a couple of like anonymous street racers from who knows what city, are the only ones in the world who can go take care of them, and who are the only ones who are privy to this information. Makes total sense, you know. And all the dumb guys are just like, yeah, that must be how U.S. politics work. Those are the guys defending our country. Woo! And also, they're fun movies. Conair. I mean, yeah, Nicolas Cage running with his long hair. Look at that. That's. I don't. Surely Nicolas Cage didn't have hair like that in real life at this time, did he? I don't think he ever had hair that long. That had to be a hair piece. But weird choice to go like hair metal band long hair for this guy who I think is a policeman or a detective with a family, and there's these way over dramatic scenes with him and his wife and his daughter that are just like this, almost like Kenny G, smooth, romantic, like really emotional music right before John Malkovich is like, it's time to undo everyone's bonds or something. I don't know. That's not him. Yeah. Hey everyone. Hey, it's me, John Malkovich. I'm sorry to inform you I'm about to take over this plane. I'm sorry to inform you I'm taking over this plane. And that sounds kind of like someone from a different country, and I don't know what that is. That's John Malkovich. Perfect. Flawless. But a bunch of convicts on a plane. I mean, so fun. So silly. Shooting. Exploding. A couple of Mexican standoffs, and probably we can't say that anymore. Sorry. What is it called now? I'm just trying to say one-on-one, mano-y-mano. And probably we can't say mano-y-mano anymore. What am I trying to say? Two guys just standing off against each other. One of them's crouched. One of them's got I don't know, like a fire hydrant or whatever that thing's called, a fire extinguisher. And anyway, seems like you really remember this movie really well, Josh, and seems like you have all the details really nailed down. And yeah, I do. You're right. So, and John Cusack's in it. No recollection at all of what he does or what his role is. I think he's a cop as well. Let's see. Apes on a plane. That's the way to say it. Apes on a plane. I mean, I could see that there is a universe in which that film exists, and it might be ours, and that might already be in development. I mean, that is the kind of place that movies go now. They're just like, oh yeah, we're rebranding the Snakes on a Plane franchise, and Samuel Jackson's back in it, even though he's like 75 years old, and this times it's apes. And in the trailer, of course, this would be like this would be a Netflix movie. And in the Netflix trailer, he's just like, we gotta get these motherfucking apes off this motherfucking plate. Perfect. Yeah, they might as well. And then the next one, what would be? Snakes, apes, grapes. It would have to be in the A's there. It would just be like they would just throw all caution to the wind, and it would just be like a kaiju on a plane or something. It would just be like a, I don't know, Pokemon on a plane. No, that's not a bad guy. Godzilla on a plane. King Kong. I don't know. Just every mashup imaginable is happening, and then I don't know. And then like Venom and the Ninja Turtles show up. Who knows? It's just wide open country these days. Vapes on a plane. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Vapes on a plane. That would be the third in a trilogy. Everybody, okay. The premise for Vapes on a Plane is that this is post-COVID. Everybody's gotten the vaccine. The world is returned to normal. And there would be some really kitschy like statistics at the beginning, or like, anyway, news headlines. And then it's like a commercial flight, and now for some reason vaping is legal on planes because they've made it completely safe. But there's nanobots in the smoke, and they manifest and personify into these big smoky beings. And Samuel L. Jackson in the trailer, he'd be like, not a motherfucking again, or something like that. He'd be like, these motherfucking vapes are, bullets ain't no good against these motherfucking vapes. It's time to get and he gets a vacuum cleaner, and that'll take care of him. He gets a vacuum, but there's nowhere to plug it in on the plane. Great. And then they, yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, multi-million-dollar franchise right there. So now I've got a last tape here, and the trouble is, let's see. Do I have it in me? Yeah. Snape's on a plane. And they would be so disrespectful that they would just CGI Alan Rickman back in. They're like, he's back, everybody. Because there's just nothing is sacred anymore. We'll just start CGIing back in the actors that we want. It's just put everybody in there who's dead. Put Orson Welles in there. Who cares? Put Rush Limbaugh in there. Yeah, exactly. Snape's on a plane. Hey Harry, I hope you're not taking notes in the third aisle, because you're about to get the back of your head slapped. And they'd probably bring back Harry and Ron too. So and hey, would Harry Potter fans go to see that? Yup. Doesn't matter how stupid it is. They would, and good for them. I'd probably watch it too. Let's be honest. Snape deepfake. Yeah, right. Exactly. We're here. We're living it now. This is what it is. Okay. I think I will transition to doing some art now. And the great fun of this is that I have to get set up while I'm live. But honestly, who cares? Okay, actually, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to make a decision here. Wow, I've been talking for 48 minutes about tapes. 48 minutes of just stupid jokes. That's great. I love to make that much content. Okay, actually, I'm going to end this and resume. So, thank you guys. It was fun hanging out with you, and I'll be right back to do some art. I'm realizing my phone and computer need plugging in. So, probably great for my metrics to stop a stream and then restart, and probably get penalized by Twitch and YouTube, and that's great. And that's kind of what I do. So.